아이씨, 언제 가? 아, 몰라, 씨. 옛날 아저씨는 원래 물린 거 봐. 아우. 너무 늦진 않았네. 7시 반. 시간만. 바쁘다 바빠. Hello. Yep, that's where I was born. Well, I haven't been there in a while, so can't really tell how it is these days. It's been like 10 years. Where are you watching from? Okay. India, okay. Namaste. Oh, okay. So, what part of spirituality are you into? That's kind of like me, yeah. But I'm not into religions because it's man-made. That would definitely be Buddhism. I mean, I was close to becoming a monk because that would be the only religion I'd be a part of. Even though I was like baptized in Catholic, I went to Christian churches. But the reason is because Buddhism, in terms of religion or teachings, it's the only religion that's close to spirituality, close to truth, reaching nirvana, getting rid of ego. It's all included in Buddhist. What is it called? In their teachings, So it makes sense. Just my heart says it does make sense. So I wanted to study more. So I think it should happen naturally. Curiosity for religion and everything. Not like to be forced. You gotta memorize Bible, Quran, such thing, you know. Even Buddhism, you know, it has been, what's the word? I can't think of the perfect word right now, you know, but it's been changed a lot over the years by the humans, you know. It's just whenever the humans get involved, things get fucked up, you know. It's like objectivity is a quality that definitely human beings definitely miss the most. Yeah, their personal egos, all those go into supposedly very truthful work. You know? Exactly, you understand. Okay, we can talk. I mean, that's kind of why I live this way, you know. Try to stay away from the society. And I've seen like the most wicked ones at like churches, you know, at a religion places. That's what made me so sick as a child and confused. So it turned me against religion. So I was like agnostic. I was more of an agnostic than an atheist. You know, like you don't know whether a God exists or not. You know. Oh, yes. It's worse in many ways. Yeah. And a lot of narcissists and lost souls. Yeah. And people with masks. I mean, they all go there because they need something, you know. Exactly. And I hate the ones who do that, you know. And back in the days, I was kind of nice to them, but not anymore. You know, the ones who force. I say no. I say go away. I don't appreciate you. You're wasting my time. But if you don't know what you're talking about, then you should keep it to yourself. Keep quiet, right? You should only talk when you know the truth. But they've never met God, you know, they've never really know the meaning or anything close to it. But then they go around and say, if you don't believe, you'll go to hell. Such thing, you know. Try to spread words when they don't even know the meaning. And for me and many others, it's one of the reasons that turns it, you know, us from religion, actually, because of those people. Because nobody really wants that. You know, it should be very natural, you know, like and then I'm being homeless here in Florida right now, and I spend a lot of time at this park, and there's a lot of church people that come out here and try to do that stuff. It was just very funny to me. And when they're not even, offering food or anything to homeless people, they just try to come around and can we spread, word of Jesus. Yeah, and you don't have to be religious to be liked by God, or live the right way, I mean, in the end, I learned that your heart tells you if you're doing it right or not wrong, And that's why I don't like the Bible too, It's just so difficult and uninteresting and boring for anyone to read. And I'm a pretty educated man, and I couldn't get through Genesis. And after like 10th try, as I just turned the page over, turned it down, I was like, screw this. If I can't get through Genesis, it's just not meant to be. I know, but if you just look at the Bible as a whole book, that's how it starts. That's where everybody begins. Usually, right? If you're trying to read from the beginning to the end. I mean, I'm used to reading a book from the beginning to the end. So, I wasn't planning on going to a specific chapter by chapter. But all that fucking chapter was about whose son is who, who had how many kids. Who gives a fuck about that? Where's the important messages? Exactly. The simple things. The things that don't need to be taught, really. But then, until I figured these out, until I got, I got the answer to all this. I was so, confused as a human being. I felt so lost, I didn't know if I was living the right way or no. Exactly, in my opinion, considering how many people who couldn't read, you gotta make it very, very simple, right? Very to the point. So anybody, even people with education, can understand it. But instead, through all these difficult words, it just didn't make sense. So I was like, okay, God didn't write this book. I know, because it's written by a human being, you know. I mean, they even talk about it too, you know, like King James, or you know, who auditioned. And guess what? You know, they like pretend to be all like righteous, generous, you know, moral. In reality, they're the ones with the mask, do all these dirty things, you know, run it as a business. You know, like in Korea, there was this culture, like pastor, my pastor. It's like treating pastor like God, you know, and like our church pastor should drive a better car than the other churches. It's like a fucking competition. It's almost like so that they look better. You know what I mean? Like our pastor should shine in terms of like material things. It makes me look better, you know. I go to church with a better building, and when I heard that, that's complete opposite of the like purpose of religion, right? Shouldn't you be going to church to give your positions away instead of like brag about it? It's just their hypocrisy. Just almost gave me like PTSD as a child. And see, and then you understand that, you know, like younger you are. So okay, when you're born, you're born as your third eye is open, right? And it continually closes as you grow. So younger you are, you see things more intuitively, instinctively, you know. So I could see everything. I could see behind their mask, and it was gross, you know. Maybe it was. But for some reason, I still explored like all of them, you know. Buddhism, Catholic Church, Christian Church. Except for like, you know, like Hinduism or like Middle Eastern. Even the monk I met, she was one of the most egoistic person I've met in my life. And she was competing with me in her own head when I was seeking wisdom. I've never had a vision. I've only felt or heard him once. And I don't even talk about it. And I still prefer to call the Almighty universe rather than the God. It just happened naturally. Because if you say God, then just like religion, there's the God, there's the angels, there's all these different entities, you know. But to me, it feels like there's just one thing, the whole thing. We're all connected. Well, I mean, none of them are right to begin with. They were all fake. They said they're prophets, but none of them got them right. God has a consciousness. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay, I think he's gotta have consciousness in order to master plan everything. For those details. You know what I mean? You know, all these miracles that we experience in life, that something feels like it was inevitable, and how pieces were perfectly came, you know, together. It's just too articulate. It's like too sophisticated, in my opinion, to be just random energy, you know. That's why I spend some time with the numerology too, because I believe the same. So I believe that you know, God spoke through the numbers. Do you know the meaning of 333? That happened in my life, and it was like too obvious, you know. A girl literally had a tattoo of 333. When the matrix, the universe, sends help to you, that number shows up in your life. Yeah. So when I was supposed to walk about 30 miles, a girl in a car showed up out of nowhere and picked me up, even when I was refusing. And she picked me up. We started talking about numbers, and she lifted her chin and showed me the 333. At that time, I didn't know what it meant, and she even gave me a ride back home. And I came back to my friend's house, and I told him that story. There was like a podcast in the background telling the same thing, you know, what the number 333 means. And we got shocked. Well, three is a very like core number. You know, like fundamental. Trinity, as in, you know, the probably the first perfect number. And three of them, of course, I guess, yeah. But then, mark of the beast. Well, I guess, yeah, Christianity did played a lot with these numbers, you know, from like from the numerology. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you put it that way, yeah. The same goes for Egyptians. Really? Oh, you did study a lot about religions, huh? Oh, that's funny. All the religions, huh? So it's all 369. That just gave me a chill. I mean, so there was a time that I was spending all my energy, you know, and I was like starving. I had no money, but I was devoting all my energy on studying like numerology and simulation theory, so I can get the fuck out of here. But then the findings were kind of disappointing. Numerology were more like, you know, like Western like, what's it called? Like fortune telling. After you go beyond that basic science, right? How you add up, you know, and what the numbers mean from, you know, 0 to 10. After that, it was kind of like, you know, kind of like shamanism. You know, how you turn your name, you turn the letters into numbers, you know, how your fortune's gonna be. And you know, the reason I studied it was to you know learn the truth or predict the future. Yep. There are sort of numbers that I see a lot too. 1111 is one of them, and 12342. But to me, that's just common. Just whenever I see the clock, it's either 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 2 3 4, something like that. You know, 333 or 420. Sure, go ahead. Well, you do know how to conversate, so I wasn't really in a mood for it because I was very tired, you know. But now we're having a deep conversation naturally, you know, because you know none of us forced it. Okay, Brahman, from where everything started. Okay, I've heard of him. Like the source from which everything was created. We say Kunwan, like the origin, right? I was going behind this Brahman for many years, trying to find what it was. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Because it comes from a person who knows how to conversate. Alright, tell me already, what did you find out? Okay, split the words. Brahman, I got B, Ra, Aman, okay. Ra, Aman. Okay. So, the Indians got it from the Egyptians? Right. I thought about that too. Okay. So they came from Aman? Okay. You did all the hard part for me. So yeah, give me the answers. So, Rahama. No wonder it's all connected to bullshit scam. See, like, you know, humans, they like to attach meanings. It's Islam's. Okay. That's just obvious. So they were just, you know, copying off each other. Like bestow meanings through numbers. Om? That Om? Yeah? I used to listen to it a lot. Om Chantra. The certain megahertz. The frequency. But I also see that like certain letters appearing over and over, such as A, definitely could be a coincidence because A is the first letter, right, of the alphabet. So when it comes to religion and God, wouldn't they always want to use the letter A? I'm just trying to provide a different perspective. 아, 나 저녁 한 번 더 먹어야 되는데. Right. That's what I was saying. Yes. But then that Aman, that seems obvious, you know. 여기까지 할까? Hold on. All right, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you later.